And what we have achieved today can lay the foundations. We have the most urgent priorities defined by Somalis themselves, with a focus on inclusive politics, economic regeneration, and restored security. We have seen important commitments to delivering the public services the Somali people are most in need of: education, health care, job creation, essential elements for their day-to-day lives, especially when you think, and we have spoken about it, Mr. President, of the young people that we want now to come back to normal life and not to be engaged in piracy, to whom we have to be able to offer a job, to offer a future. The teachers, police officers, doctors and lawyers we train today are the people building the Somali state of tomorrow. And we have an agreement from the international community to provide support on the basis of these priorities in a mutual accountable framework, in a new common aid architecture. And I'm glad to note that pledges today reached 1.8 billion euros, backing with means, financial means, these new priorities and framework. So let's now implement it, knowing well that there is a lot of work still to do. The compact, as I said, is a living document. Living document because, as we know, it will be adapted to the very important challenges. As time moves on, it will be revisited and reviewed against commitments we have collectively made. On the part of the international community, we need to think about how we can adapt our systems so that our funding streams become more transparent, more aligned with the priorities, and even more focused. That is why the commonly agreed financial architecture will be of crucial importance and should improve the effectiveness of our aid to Somalia. The European Union has affirmed today its firm commitment to substantial support that covers the breadth of Somali needs, and we will deliver our support through the mechanisms enshrined in the Compact. And I'm also proud to announce that today we welcome Somalia into the Cotonou Agreement, a clear sign of further strengthening our bilateral relationship, a clear sign that now we have a solid contractual framework, and also a clear sign of integration of Somalia as a full member in the wider international community. I know that Somalia also has now joined or rejoined many of the international relevant or international organizations. Many of them are here represented today. Eventually, success will depend on a firm partnership between all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, Konrad Adenauer, one of the founding fathers of the European Union, once said that history is also the sum of things that could have been avoided. And indeed, when you think about Somalia, we think about so many opportunities that were missed for a country that has been suffering for too long. If I may make a personal remark, I visited Somalia and Mogadishu in 1992. So shortly after the breakdown of the Somali state. It was a troika of foreign ministers. I was representing my country, Portugal, together with the foreign minister of Britain, Douglas Hurd, the foreign minister of Denmark, Elman Jansen, and also a commission representative, member of the commission, Frans Andriessen. I remember well that country completely destroyed by this breakdown of the state. I remember that when we went there in Mogadishu, we were welcomed by two different gentlemen telling us, welcome, I'm the president of Somalia. Two different presidents. By the way, Douglas Hurd then said to the second, oh, I've just met your colleague. A country cannot live with two presidents. A country needs rule of law, of course in democracy, with inclusiveness, integrating all the parts in this federal structure of your country. But a country needs this kind of stability. And so many opportunities were missed, so big tragedies happened in that country that I really believe that the efforts that today we have agreed to make for Somalia, with the ownership and the leadership of the Somali people and Somali government themselves, will be a very important step. It will not be all the efforts needed, but certainly they are highlighting hope. I believe that the suffering and destruction in Somalia could have been avoided, Unfortunately, we cannot repair that anymore. But we can now work to create a better future for the Somalia people, for all the region that is strategically so important, also for a better Africa, Africa that is delivering the great promises that exist in that continent. And I'm very proud that the European Union, through this conference, is giving also its contribution together, all of you. I thank you all for your participation in this conference and the commitments made.